Hi everybody, I continue my videos about the movie Matrix. I am filming my tablet here. This is the architect. This movie Matrix, we can see it really in a very different levels, like it's fractal, like something inside something inside something, because the universe is just made like this, you know. Everything is represent the whole, you know. So this guy here, this architect, at certain level we can see it as the god of the religions, you know, the small god, you know, the god which tells you to pray him and want to organize, and which he has an ego, you know. So we can see this guy as the gods of the religions. This is one level, one fractal level. But we can also see it as the our ego, because it is an egoistic God. So it's also our ego. Our ego built a matrix around us. What we can do, what we cannot, what we can be, what we cannot. It's like the God also of the religions. I mean, this small God of the religions, he has to organize, to control. It's like our egos. Our ego and the God, same thing. Same thing in a different fractal level, you know. Tack, 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 you go deep. You go deep, and there is different levels, okay? So if we say that this guy can represent our ego, here we see different possibilities, you know. Our ego always, you know, make some different scenario, you know, and he goes into the past. It's very mental. The God of religion is very mental. It's very thinking process. The ego also, he wants limit. He wants to know what is happening, and he wants to control. And this is exactly our ego and the God of the religion, you know. So when we control our thinking process with meditation and everything, this is a good thing. This is not a bad thing. Of course, it's good to discover more and more. And this thinking process here, you know, when we don't need it, going to the past, going into different scenarios, can go very, very little, you know, it can go very down, and we have some control on our mental body. But still, the thoughts happens, because there is a mental field and everything, and the mental is a field which is open. The ego will always do his job of ego. Its job of ego, always. So the ego, we need it, but we have to know how not to be trapped into the ego smallness level, you know. So one of the thing, when the thoughts come, we have to know. So this is Neo in the scene of the architect and all the different roads which was offered to him. So when we don't need those roads, when we are we are on a bed, we don't need. We are not doing something practical in life. We are not doing something practical. What we should be able to do is not. It is not to collapse the wave. This is the double slit experiment. When you stay into the wave pattern, you stay like this. You don't collapse stuff. When it's not needed, you don't collapse into particles. You stay into your wave form. So when these thoughts comes to you constantly, it is like this. It's the ego. We stay in the wave pattern. We don't give them solidity. We don't collapse the wave into a particle. This is a big skill of the consciousness that you have to master. So when it's not needed, when our mantle is moving, we don't collapse the wave into particle. We don't do it inside of us. We don't do it. We stay wave. We stay wave. This is different from meditating and not having thoughts, or our mental is very not working and everything. This is also cool. It's cool to have some you can like control the stuffs between brackets. It's more like I don't know the name in English, like mastering. Yeah, mastering the thought process and everything till it is very low and everything. But still, when there is, we decide if we stay in the wave or we collapse it into a particle, into physicality. This you have to learn it inside yourself. One of the two guys that were doing these two guys here, you know, they were these are twins, you know, twins like, and they could shift between immaterial and the material inside the matrix, but they could shift from material like dense to non-dense, like from wave to particle. They could do it, and they really look. They are really like those two snakes here, two waves immaterial, but when they meet they can make the collapsing in the matter. It's opposite waves. We think about scalar waves, and we also think about some vortex here. It's going into a vortex. Yeah, so this movie, like I said, it's fractal. It's because everything is in everything, you know. You understand? Yeah, so you have to know when your ego to stay in the wave form. This is a very, very powerful stuff. The other character, which is important, this guy here. This guy, he's this one is not like, it's like a concept. It's for you having access, you know, the keys opens. He opens everything. He opens everything. So who is this guy? This guy is you opening the field of possibility. You can open it. You know, who was hiding this guy? Who was keeping him, guarding him, keeping him in prison? This is desires and vital energy, our desires and vital energy. You know, in this matrix, they are more pushed into some kind of very, very interested into vital energy, like pushing even the vampire picture. You know, but this is our a part of us, vital and desires and our energies. You know, and how we deal with them. So those guys who are guarding the key maker, this key guy, which is your access. Your access to everything was behind those guys. So to have access to this guy, guess what? Neo had to kiss Monica Bellucci, but for real, you know, for real. It's a fractal movie. Remember, you can see it as it had to be a direct connection between a man and a woman, but in another fractal level, it is your two energies, masculine and feminine, and it has to be a real contact with the energies. Whether you see it as a relationship between two beings, or the real connection of yourself with your energies, you know, your energies. And that give Neo, give him the access to the key guy. This, where is he? Give him access. So he had to see the energies in a most direct way, the way inside of him, both his side of himself, or also the connection with other people has to be honest. But deeper fractal is between you and you, inside of you, how you see those energies structured by by your body? Can you access the energy behind before it gets structured into the human form and this body, half animal, half divine? Can you do it? Can you see it? To open the keys. The same, the two brothers here, they were guarding this key maker, you know. So mastering the between matter and not matter, you know. And this is really like I said, like the double slit performance experience. I said experience. Yeah, like here, staying in the wave form, not collapsing into the particles. So we have to learn this. When to collapse, when to collapse the wave into particles, when to collapse all the fields of information into matter, and why not to do it, you know, and how to be to leave the stuff for real. So the energy behind all your stuffs, the energy behind how it is for real. It's your body. It's contact with the body and consciousness, and your two sides, masculine, feminine, and even with the people you are with. The more it is seen without distortion, the more you push the consciousness into what is happening for real. What are the energies? How they are made? You know, and you can from there go into a higher level of energies. There is energy behind your hatred, if you still have. You're angry. When you are angry, there is energy, and most of all behind the fear. The deepest one is the energy behind the fear, and you have to contact it in the most direct way. You know, it's a very physical, biological, scientific, direct contact with it. You know, it's not in our head. It's not our blah blah. You know, to access it with the body. The body will show our levels. It's the body showing, and the way we manage we manage to collapse everything into reality or not. So this is the matrix. It's deep. It's deep stuffs. Yes, because the reality in itself is deep. So yeah, this was my video about our ego here, little ego or little god of the religions, and how to not collapse it into reality, and how to discover your powers, how to unlock your powers, how to unlock them. Okay, next video I will do maybe more, even if it's the same stuff, maybe just to push the idea more, the idea which is a thought but which bring changing in consciousness inside of you, changing of vibration. How do you see stuffs? And that's the most important. Okay, see you next time.